Oh, hi guys, welcome back to my channel Living in Canada. Today in this video I have a small confession to make, which is that I've never gotten a haircut during my time here in Canada at a hair salon. It's not that I never cut my hair, but I never went to a salon here in Canada during my 3 years that I've lived here in Toronto. But instead what I've done is that I cut my hair myself at home, and by doing that I saved a ton of money. So today in this video I want to talk about that a bit. I want to talk about how much you can potentially save and whether it's a good idea or not to cut your hair at home, both for guys and girls. So for guys, I will use the example of my husband, who is now also cutting his hair at home. When I was still in Indonesia, where I moved from, I used to go to the hair salon once or twice a year. So even during that time, I wouldn't go that frequently. But in any case, it was much cheaper, even if you would go to a really upscale, expensive salon. Expensive there is like cheap over here. So here, when you go to a hair salon, you can, for women, expect to pay anything starting $25, $30, $40 and above, and that not always includes the hair wash itself and blow drying your hair and any other additional products, and tips, of course. So if you add everything on top of that, it could easily amount to $50 or $60 for one salon visit. And especially if you're also someone who likes to color your hair, that can also cost quite a lot. So I did a quick calculation of how much money you can actually save if you do your hair cutting or hair trimming at home. And let's do this calculation for women first, and then for men, and then combine it. So for women, this is my calculation. Let's just say that you would go to the salon every 2 months, just as an example. That would be 6 times per year. 6 times, let's say $50 per visit, that is $300. And let's add to that some additional treatments, some hair coloring, and so on. Then you can easily get to $500 per year. Now let's do a similar calculation for men. So if you were to go to a barber shop here, that would cost you at least $14 or $15 plus tips. So let's just say that as a guy, you cut your hair every 3 to 4 weeks. Let's just say 3 weeks. So 52 weeks divided by 3 weeks is 14 times. Let's say that you pay $20, including tips for each of your haircuts. That is just the very minimum. So 14 times $20 is $280 to $300. So if you're a couple here in Canada and each of you regularly visits a hair salon, a barbershop, then you can expect to spend around $800 or even $1,000 per year just for that. So that puts things in perspective, right? If you calculate it on an annual basis. So by not having salon visits, barbershop visits as part of our budget, we've saved around $600 to $800 per year, and over these 3 years, that's around $2,400 to $2,500, and that's a bunch of money, especially when you think of the alternative of using that money, which is investing that money, letting it compound, and so on. Even before the pandemic started, we didn't have the habit of going to hair salons and barbershops. So now you might ask, well, what did we do instead? How do we do it at home? And actually, cutting your hair at home is not as difficult as you might think. If you've never done it before, you might be a bit intimidated about it, but let me just give you a brief overview of how we do it. I'm not going to show you in much detail, but just so you get a rough idea. So for women, I think it's easier to cut your hair if you have longer hair, like mid-length or longer, because even if you kind of mess it up, it doesn't really show, especially if you style it afterwards. And of course, you can't expect the same result as you would get from a salon. Like if you look at my hair, I have these messy layers, so it's like not a great haircut at all. But anyway, I don't meet that many people. I spend most of my time at home making videos, and I make videos for you guys, so I'm pretty happy with my hair so far. And this is how I cut my hair. I just brush my hair very neatly, and then I tie it on top using one of these elastics, and then I turn my head down so my hair falls in front, and then I just take a pair of scissors here and I just cut like horizontally through it. And after I've done it, I put my hair back again, and I just like trim and like shape my hair however I want it. And at first usually it doesn't look very good, but after a while, after a few days, after a few weeks, then it kind of takes on this natural shape. So if you have longer hair, it's much easier to cut your own hair and still get a decent hairstyle out of it. Whereas if you have like short hair, a really neat like bob or so, then I mean, some people can do it, but I definitely couldn't do it. I would really mess it up and it wouldn't look nice. Except if you want to go for maybe these Korean hairstyles that are very trending right now, like the ones in Squid Game where the layers are like not even and it's kind of like all over the place. So that could also be a hairstyle that you want to try out. Now let's go on to the guys. I think for guys it's much easier to cut your hair, trim your hair. So this is what my husband has been using since we've been in Canada for 3 years. I think you're familiar with this, right? This is just like hair trimming device, and you can like pull this part off and you can exchange it with longer or shorter ones depending on what you want. And this brand is from Remington, and I'm going to put the link down in the descriptions below if you want to get the same one. And it has served him very well. Now he cuts his hair whenever he wants. Usually it's like every 3 weeks or so, and he just like turns it on and he goes like this. And in the beginning he needed me to help him like trim the edges at the back that he couldn't see, and I would sometimes like help him a bit to get it like neater in the back. But like after, I don't know, 30 rounds or so, he's quite a master at it, and now he just does his own thing and he shows me his back, like his neck, and it looks fine. And yeah, it doesn't mean that I'll never go to a hair salon ever again in my life. I actually do enjoy it at times, but I just don't like to go regularly because not only does it cost a lot, I also feel that it takes up a lot of my time. And the other reason is also because recently I've been much more conscious about the way I've spent my money. Lately we've been reading up, researching a lot about achieving financial freedom, the FIRE movement, the Financial Independence Retire Early movement, and I became increasingly conscious of the value of money. And I still enjoy life in many ways. We still afford ourselves small luxuries here and there, but overall we really watch our budget and our spending. And as I said before, by not going to the hair salon and to the barber shop, every year we save around $800 to $1,000, which I think is a lot of money. So you have to choose your priorities. You have to see what's important to you. If you're someone to whom having the perfect haircut is really important, then I think you should go for it. But then you might need to sacrifice spending money on other things, right? So you can choose what you want to spend your money on. Okay, I hope this video was useful for you. I was thinking whether or not I should make a video show you how I cut my hair, but yeah, let's just see about that. Tell me what you think about that in the comments below. And also I would be curious to know how you cut your hair. Do you do your own trimming at home? Do you have any useful tips that you could perhaps share with us? I would really love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.